Hello friends and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming exhibition boxing match between retired boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. and YouTube superstar and amateur boxer Logan Paul. The fight will take place on pay-per-view on June 6th and it's going to make a whole lot of money. I'm going to come right out and admit that I do not know too much about either boxing or the Paul brothers. Back when I was a kid, my dad took my brother and I to a few boxing matches at the Blue Horizon in Philadelphia. From what I remember, it was always a really good time, though I tend to remember more fights breaking out in the crowd than I do remember the fights actually in the ring. It was pretty wild. As for brothers Logan and Jake, I'll just say they're not really my cup of tea. Floyd Mayweather, if you're not familiar, is considered by many to be one of the greatest boxers of his generation. He's now 44 and retired. However, he has come out of retirement for a few high-profile fights against Conor McGregor and Japanese kickboxer Tenshin Nasukawa, both of which he won pretty handily. Logan Paul is one of the biggest YouTubers in the world with an estimated net worth of around $19 million. He has 23 million YouTube subscribers, 19.4 million Instagram subscribers, so I mean, yeah, he's big. Not being a huge fan of his, I typically only know him from his most controversial moments. For example, back in 2017, where he and his friends posted a video of a dead body they found hanging in a Japanese forest. Logan and his brother Jake have recently gotten very into boxing, each of them having a few amateur battles under their belt. Logan with a single loss against another YouTuber named KSI, and Jake with 3 wins against non-professional boxers. With Mayweather being one of the greatest fighters of all time and Logan Paul being definitely not that, the question many people have is, why is this happening? In a nutshell, it's the spectacle and the fact that both Mayweather and Logan Paul are going to make an absolutely insane amount of money. As for the fight itself, it seems pretty obvious to everyone that Mayweather is going to absolutely destroy Logan. Technically, Logan does have some advantages: his height, his weight, his youth. But considering Mayweather has 50 career wins and 0 losses, and Logan Paul has 0 wins and 1 loss, I don't like his chances. For what it's worth, Logan actually seems to have a pretty good attitude about the whole thing, which is to say that he doesn't really seem delusional about his chances in the fight. He knows he's going to get his ass kicked, but he doesn't really care.
What happens if I win? You know, the world's axis stands still. Time stops. It's the genesis. It's the greatest upset in the history of combat sports. What happens if I lose? Nothing.
Like I've said, the guy is not my cup of tea, but he clearly has good instincts when it comes to coming up with ideas that he knows are going to make for massive spectacle, for something that tons and tons of people are going to want to watch. In the meantime, he and his brother are taking their boxing training very seriously. They apparently built a new boxing gym in Puerto Rico where they're both training nonstop. After the fight was delayed from its initial date in February to its new date in June, Logan said, "The fight's still happening. We want to have a packed arena. I need as much practice, training, sparring under my belt against this guy. With every day that goes past, I get better and he gets older." I like the idea that the key to his victory would be that his opponent had gotten 4 months older in that time span. And how is Mayweather preparing for the fight? He's not. When Barstool asked Mayweather about his strategy, he said, "No strategy, I've just got to show up. If I want it to go 1 round, it'll go 1 round. If I want it to go 2, 2. It's all up to me." His first name is Logan. Logan fall after June 6th because he's gonna fall. Oh, I just got that. Okay, so it's like, instead of Logan Paul, Logan fall, it's a rhyming thing. At first I thought it was like a play on words, like Logan fall, like yo gun fall, but Logan fall. It doesn't matter. Beyond the fact that both guys have controversial histories, a lot of boxing purists also take issue with the fact that this fight is happening at all because they think it's really degrading to the sport. I personally don't care too much either way, but if I were someone who really cared about boxing and the history and the legacy of boxing, I guess I could see why this would be, kind of upsetting. The way I see it, one of them's retired, one of them's, an amateur YouTuber. It's an exhibition fight. I personally don't see the big deal. Maybe this fight will actually be great for the sport, and it'll get a whole new generation of people interested. Or not. I don't care. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and hit like and subscribe. What do you think about the fight? Do you think you're gonna watch? Or should I say, do you think Logan watch? Jesus. Leave a comment, let me know. Thanks so much, guys. Talk soon.